Good evening. My name is Odie Hawkins, and along with Zola Salena-Hawkins, we are here to talk to you this evening. Tuesday evening, matter of fact. Zola?
Okay, I'm coming.
She's making her appearance, coming downstage. So what is it? What is it?
What it is. It's here another time. I didn't get my libation. One moment, please.
Oh, please.
Go get you some libation or a snack.
She has this notion that if you are having something to sip on, you'll receive the message that much easier, that much smoother. I don't know how true that is, but I kind of like to have like a little ice cubes and pineapple juice here, or sometimes coffee, or sometimes
coconut water or whatever. That's
other things.
pieces.
You got coconut water.
I got water.
Just plain water. Ugh.
Yeah, sometimes just plain water is good for you. Okay.
Okay, can I suggest that?
And to our audience.
All joking aside, I'd like to get together with you
Mm-hmm.
to talk a little bit about what you suggested that we talk about,
Mm-hmm.
because we got about 15 minutes.
Yes, well, it's important that we talk about the books that you have written.
Okay.
But in the current times, I'd like to know what you currently are writing about. What's inspiring you, especially in these challenging times as we go into 2025.
Hey, well put.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm concerned about, like everybody else, is whether or not the world is going to be blown up day after tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, there's so many areas to go to, and I decided to stick with the small things. You know how people can take a big view, a big movie.
Right.
I want to take the little things that happen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I'm going back and forth to the VA hospital to make arrangements when my turn comes to have a shoulder replacement done.
Mm-hmm.
And it occurred to me that I see that kind of operation a lot. You see people in
Right.
I started that. Hey,
Rotor cuff replacement, something, yeah.
in this active age, people playing tennis, so it's a fairly ordinary thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it inspired me, as you asked,
Mm-hmm.
to think about those little moments in life when you are wanting to make a bigger statement
Mm-hmm.
than that little moment. I decided to put together.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I decided to put together a calendar,
Mm-hmm.
a 12-month calendar that would emphasize certain specific things that have happened to me in my life. I'm being very personal about this, but it's not purely autobiographical.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of the statements, each one of the months would be covered by something called some particular symbol.
Okay.
The first month, let's say January, I'm calling it the month of the arm.
Yes, it is.
The second month would be the month of the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Third month might be something that happened to your knee
Or hip.
or lips or
Hip, lips, ears.
keep on going.
Okay, teeth.
All the way up to 12. All the way up to
Yeah.
eyes,
Eyes. This is true.
hands,
Mm-hmm.
toes,
So it goes under a well-examined life
a well-examined life
is worth living.
is worth living.
Okay.
Hey, you're way ahead of the game.
Okay.
So that's the concept. I don't know how I can really pull it off. In the first story that I finished about the arm, specifically the left arm, it deal with a guy who's having his first date with this cutie pie that he met in the playground.
All right. The rest, folks out there, think about your first date.
Uh-oh.
Reflect upon the pros and cons of that very first date.
date. In this case,
Yes.
this date was probably like no other.
Okay.
Because after having made all the arrangements to do it on a small budget,
Very small budget.
having very small budget, not having very many clothes to dress up in, and so forth, like you, we wind up with the date happening. And on this particular date, the guy puts his left arm around his date's shoulders along the seat of the movie theater, and discovers that his arm is gone dead, almost locked in place. And that creates a bit of a crisis, because now, what can you do with a dead left arm?
And you mustn't take it away, because when
She'll feel
right,
you don't like
you reject me, you don't love me.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, right.
So I'm looking at it from a serial comic point of view. That particular incident in a movie theater with a guy being romantic with his date leads into what happens 20-something years later, when we find them a married couple with 2 kids, and one of their best jokes is when she can walk over behind him and put her left arm over his shoulder and say, "Put your arm around me, honey." And then we go on.
An in-house joke, obviously.
An in-house joke. And for 11 months, each one of the months has a symbolic happening. The month of the tooth, like I said. And on the month of the toe, what happens between the toes?
Well, it's so funny, as you're growing up, so often you feel like if you're in a situation, that particular situation will last forever.
Well,
okay, the time when you were on crutches. Okay, you took full advantage of it. And
it did last forever.
Oh, it did last forever.
All the way up
until now, right?
up until now.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you remember it, you reflect upon it, you think about what could I have done to avoid being on crutches.
I could have avoided doing something stupid, like swinging on the struts of a basketball frame from one to the other like Tarzan, and falling down 12 feet and breaking my right ankle in half almost.
Whoa. So a serious fracture.
I saw the bone, I always will. It went and it came out. So, having said all of that.
And what do you perceive, you think this will take you into 2025?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
The funny thing about writing, I think people write slower when they write more. When they are very thorough about it. I'm not in a hurry to do this, so I think these 12 months might turn in actually to a year if I really do it the way I want to. I would actually just write one of these particular dates
chapters, right,
on the calendar 1 month at a time. Each month, like this, we're coming into January.
Right.
I'm doing the outlines and all the rest of the stuff.
Outline, character sketches.
The location, the usual things. And then when I get it all together, I would start specifically. I've already started, but it's not like complete yet. I'll rewrite the first story again, because I see some other angles that could be used. And then in the month of February, go to February and pick, like I'm thinking of in a kind of wild, weird way, month of the pork, month of the cow, month of the rat, in the same way the Chinese calendar does.
All right.
So rather than have year of the rat and year of the squirrel, I'd have month of the shoulder.
How did you come up with this concept?
Thinking like I was out of my mind.
Oh.
Like my shoulders start aching. I thought, if this is gonna hurt for the rest of the year, I may as well make something out of it.
This is
And it has given me a year so far.
okay, this is-
I'm not disabled, but you know, I
Uh-huh.
can't start doing drumming and acting crazy.
Well,
not
you know,
acting out of
When you do lifting the sky, it does not quite get to the sky.
No,
It gets
it's not.
midway.
Ain't quite lifting nothing. I'm
But you
almost
look-
not lifting my arm.
Okay, which is an important point that we always like to point out. Know your body, know you, examine your life, and where you want to go.
That would be a good place to stop.
This is a good
Because
place
if
to
we
start.
don't do it now,
Uh-huh.
we'll miss our appointment. And I don't want to do it again.
This is very true. This has been short and sweet, I hope. I hope that you out there will think of
Did
things.
we introduce you?
Oh, I think you did.
Did we introduce me?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Hmm.
My name is Odie and Hawkins.
And I'm Zola Salena-Hawkins.
We're just joking.
Okay, but as the year is coming into bloom, think about who you would like to be, who you are,
Who you are.
and where you want to go
Uh,
as this new year comes, as the new years come.
it's good advice.
And think of it as a blessing. Okay, I remember once Russell was complaining about a toothache, and I was like, oh, babe, your toothache. And he said, I'm glad I can feel it.
Ooh.
I'm glad I can feel it. So with those aches and pains, we often think, I'm glad I can feel it. I'm
Glad I
not
can feel
paralyzed.
it. Don't go around trying to feel pain in order to
No.
Don't try. But if it
But-
happens,
Enjoy
make something out of it.
that lemonade.
I'm
That
making a
lemonade.
story out of it
Well, you're wearing the right color. Lemonade.
because I'm cold.
Okay. Well, with that, we're going to go get warm. And you go prepare for tomorrow.
Easy.
Ciao.
Oh, watch my. Oh, ow. I'm just kidding.
Okay.